All right, so we're going to go ahead and start. This is going to be the Vitaly versus Ermes match. So this was December 2023, I believe. We're going to go here. I think I go over here.
You got it.
Bear with me, guys.
You got it.
All right.
That's it. Hit play.
So here's the beginning. We're going to just, okay, this is the intro. Vitaly's walking out. Big dude. Let's go. Here we have Ermes walking out. Also a big dude.
Now, did you tell this is for your prep?
This is for my prep. So listen, my match versus Vitaly is in 36 days. 36. So you were here yesterday and I did all my lifts. So programming's going well. Like you looked at all my programming for how things are going and I'm hitting all the lifts. I feel like, you know,
even with me distracting you.
Even with him distracting me. But yeah, I mean, I really do believe that if I hit all the numbers that are programmed to do, which so far it looks like I'm gonna be able to do, I'll give myself every possible chance to be successful in this match, right? It's a very big match for me, right? So let's get over here, scroll through. I don't know what all that stuff is.
Looks like ads.
It would look like, yeah, it looked like some weird ad stuff. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna go pause this real quick. Ah, crap, I did the whole, I moved it. All right, pause. Okay, this looks like round one, and we have Ermes versus Vitaly. So, I've watched a lot of Vitaly's matches, and first off, he has the strongest squeezing strength in the sport. Have you seen that? Have you seen how he's done that gripper thing? He hits the highest number on the dynamometer or whatever it's called. Gripometer.
Does he have one of those?
Yeah.
Is it the green one?
I don't know which one. He set the world record on it.
Okay, I have a green one. It's made by a Korean company. I bought it off Amazon for like $240. It's like the gold standard.
What's your number on it?
My best is only like 170, but my average is like 140 if I'm cold.
Yeah, I'm probably horrible. I don't know if I've ever tried it. I think he did like 220 or 240, some crazy number.
Yeah, it's ungodly.
Yeah, it's really good. So what does that mean? That means if he holds on to your hand on the ready go, it's kind of hard to slip. So we're going to watch this in round one with Ermes. Hopefully they have that in here. All right, here we go. Round one. Thumbs up. Looks like wrist is good. About to start it. It's taking longer than I thought.
The ref's name's Bill.
The ref's name's Bill Collins. Yeah.
I remember Bill. Yeah, Bill's a nice guy.
He's a good dude. Good dude. Been around a long time. All right, here we go. Think about start. Boom. See, look. All right, so Ermes is able to slip, but he has an elbow foul. I have to pause. What's up?
Yeah.
So Ermes got the slip, but in the process, he elbow fouled. So that lets you know it's difficult. And Ermes has a very strong hand. So his riser got compromised as he was bailing out to slip any kind of elbow foul. So let's just see how this progresses. Here we go, start two. Okay, second elbow foul. And I think this is king of the table, so they're allowed 3 fouls. But did you see what I saw? So his hand dumps. And Vitaly, using his strong hand with a compromised wrist, is holding on. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That means he's strong?
It does mean he's strong, but do you think that's advantageous for him in a super match?
I have no idea.
Well, my belief is if you let your wrist go to hang on to somebody outside the strap, we have already compromised your wrist once. So in my experience, once your wrist is compromised, it is more likely to get compromised in the future matches. So in my opinion, that was a mistake for him to hold on.
Okay.
But hopefully he makes the same mistake with me. All right, here we go. Let's see it again. Right now, Ermes has not been able to successfully slip without getting a foul. You see the 2 fouls down there?
Yeah. Holy.
All right, so once again, Ermes has now got a foul, right? So you're seeing how his hand is getting opened up, dropped. But while that's happening, you see Vitaly committing with that flop press, trying to get the pin outside the strap. So you see how this fatigue on his wrist trying to hold on wouldn't be good long term?
Do you think it's really fatiguing to do that? Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, so if he was holding on with his wrist intact, then no problem. But he's going for the press pin because Ermes is trying to get away. He's fighting so hard to get away. That pressing movement is bending your wrist back. It gets him round one. Ermes fouls out. So now we're 1-0 Vitaly, right? So let's go to the second round. About to get a start here, it looks like. Okay, same game, same thing it looks like.
This is the same thing, isn't it?
Right.
It's just,
but he does not elbow foul. Did you see the difference?
Oh, he got him.
He was compromised, but he buried his elbow into the pad, and he just buried it until he got the slip. And once again, Vitaly's wrist goes back. So now Vitaly's wrist has been back a minimum of 3 times. It's got him 1 win, but now Ermes has got the strap round 2 with the buckle being on Vitaly's hand. So a lot of people think the buckle matters. If the buckle's on the back of your wrist, it pulls your wrist down, they tighten it. And that is true, but if you don't get a real tight strap, then I don't think it makes that big a difference. But here we are going to this round 2. Ermes is finally going to be in a strap. Okay, here we go. Wrist needs to be straight, looking good. Shoulders could be a little square, but I think we're okay. His elbow, tip of his elbow is starting to come off the front. You see that tip of the elbow? So his elbow right off the front. Did you see that?
Yeah.
So his post looked amazing. Ermes' post looks amazing. So what I do know about Ermes now is his riser strength with that riser curl and that hammer curl strength that he has, up pressure, a lot of people call it back pressure, is probably the best in the world. And you saw him get the stop and then shove his elbow forward to get more of a post, but in the process, he elbow fouled. But you see what it did to Vitaly's wrist? It cracked his hand a little bit, cracked his hand a little bit.
Can you play it again?
And I'm going to replay that because I think that's good
again.
stuff, yeah.
Well, that's actually the most replayed part of the video, too.
Oh, is it really? Okay.
Yeah, play it again.
All right, here we go, watch. Boom. See how his wrist?
Right there?
Yeah, well, but Vitaly hit, and when he hit, his wrist buckled slightly.
Ermes' wrist?
No, let's go back and look at it again. Watch Vitaly hit
Sorry,
sideways.
guys,
That's
I'm
okay.
kind of dumb.
No, you're not at all. I want your opinion on it because this is, watch. See how he hit sideways in the wrist buckle. See how his wrist is slightly back before the...
Vitaly's wrist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's already been bent back 3 times of him trying to press Ermes.
Oh, you think his wrist is fatigued?
I think holding on to Ermes all those rounds fatigued his wrist to a certain degree. So now we have 1 foul. So these fouls and all these things that Ermes is doing is putting a lot of wear and tear on Vitaly, and Vitaly's known for being an explosive arm wrestler, and he's putting the brakes on him. But if you look at his elbow, it's floating off the front again. Off the front, no foul, no foul, no foul. Look at that. That should have been foul too. His elbow is way off the front. Did they get it? Second elbow foul. Okay. But you see what's happening to Vitaly. Vitaly's getting more and more fatigued. Let's start this round 3, third start of this thing real quick, and then we're going to stop and look at some comments real quiok. Look at high post from Ermes. See his knuckle height. You see Vitaly's got the longer lead, but his hand has had to be dumped down. There you go. Look at that. Look at that stop. Vitaly's hand is he's dumped. His riser is lower. Ermes is taking control now. He feels confident. I think we're going to see that transition press. Vitaly does have a strong arm, long lever, very strong arm right there. You see him trying to adjust the elbow, but see his wrist is back. Ermes is controlling. I think he's just putting a lot of bleed on him right now. I just need to be able to stop the match. And if I can get any kind of stops like he's doing, this is, see, look at that transitional press, beautiful.
Yeah.
But I think Vitaly fatigued his own wrist holding on to him all those rounds.
Yeah, say it again.
Yeah.
You
want to see it again?
Well, you're talking over the video, so I don't know.
I was talking over the video. I forgot to stop it. What was you going to say, honey? She told me this. Go
So
ahead.
very impressive thing. Someone said, Wyatt Italian sick said, just for some context on Ermes' riser strength, for his preparation during Vitaly, he did 55 kilos for 1. Now he's doing 52 kilos for 19.
So it's not 52.
reps.
People have been misprinting
Okay.
that. It's 50 for 19.
Okay, but still.
But who cares?
Right.
My goal, just to let you guys know, my goal for Vitaly is to be able to do 50 kilos for 1.
Can I give an outsider perspective
Please do.
on watching arm wrestling?
Yeah.
Everyone's going to laugh because these are all experienced arm wrestlers watching this. I just look at their faces to see who looks worse off. And I could tell Vitaly was like beat red and Ermes wasn't. So I'm like,
Well,
okay,
just where this video is paused, I don't know if they can see where this video is paused. Vitaly definitely looks worse right here. Like he looks like, damn it, that's not. But yeah, so yeah, those are great numbers. What Ermes is doing with that riser curl is spectacular. Like I said, he did 50 kilos for 19 reps. I don't know what his max is on that yet because I can't find it. But I saw him do like a 55 the other day, and he looked good doing it. It might have been a 57. I can't be sure. What would you got?
Can you mute the video?
Yeah.
Not on my computer. Mute it on YouTube.
yeah. I didn't think about that.
He just muted it.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, so we don't need to hear any of that noise.
So someone give us a thumbs up if you can hear us talking without the audio on the King of the
we need
Table
thumbs
video.
up. We need thumbs up. So look
Yeah.
at the replay. See, look. He's fighting with the compromised wrist. If I could remotely get him to have to fight that hard against me, I just got to be able to stop the match, right? I got to be able to get out of the way from this guy's crazy strong hand, get him to the strap, and put him in a dogfight. Not saying he's a very durable arm wrestler, but his goal is to flash pin me. If I can stop the match and make it a dogfight, I feel like it'll be my match to lose, right? But even though here, look at all this fatigue that's happened to him. Look at this match. Like his arms get completely stretched out. Now what's crazy, let's go watch round 3. So remember right now it's 1-1 because of the fouls. Here we go. See how Ermes is better able to slip now? He fought so hard to slip, but now he put fatigue on his hands pumped. So Vitaly can't hold on as well. Okay. What you got, baby? Hang on one second.
Caleb Falcone says, Mike, Ermes corrected himself. He did 52 kilos for 19, not 50 for 20.
Okay. Well, here's the video says 50 to 19, so I don't know. I don't watch all the content.
Here's a question from, again,
if he did, that's amazing.
Ignorant with this stuff. How correlatable is it, the amount of weight you're doing on these exercises and strength, to like predicting matches and stuff? Like, is it like, this guy does this much weight, so he's going to win? Like, what have you seen in terms of...
Well, what I've seen with his riser, like, so he defeated my riser. My pronation is superior, but he beat my riser. And what he did by beating my riser is he had the buckle, and he didn't tighten the strap real tight. And because of that, when I'm used to my pronation gauge back pressure, which is right here, you felt it, that's where the pressure is. So I need a tight strap to generate that force. Because the strap wasn't tight, when I went back, I went underneath him, and he just kept climbing, which dropped my riser. And then he would be on my knuckle into my fingers when he was going to press me. So his riser training, although I had the same number lifted in my version of the riser training, my version of the riser training was not as effective as his because mine was more open out here. Now I'm doing it from where I go over the knuckle and I curl it like he does. So I learned from that match that what I was doing, although it had worked in all 5 matches leading up to Ermes, once I found somebody who had a very strong or stronger riser than me, I was going to lose, right? Because you have to beat my riser to be able to beat me. You're not gonna palm me up. You're not gonna supinate me, right? So for him, he has the strongest riser lift in the world, and he has the strongest up pressure, hammer curl pressure lift, which they call back pressure. The newer guys of arm wrestling call this back pressure. This has always been up pressure to me, hammer curl pressure. Back pressure is when you engage your lat and drag. But his setup, hammer curl up pressure, is the best in the world. So here we go again.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah, it almost looked like a flash pin, but it wasn't. I don't know what elbow foul on Ermes maybe. But yeah, so we got one elbow foul. But did you see, even though he's been blasted, now there's buckles on the back of Ermes, but Vitaly still has that explosive hit. So here we go again, round 3. Boom, boom.
1-1.
Here it comes, man. Nope. Second elbow foul, okay? So 2 elbow fouls, 1-1, second elbow foul. Let's see if he can do it again. Because this is just a highlight, so I think it's going straight back to it. Here we go. Let's see, close the hands.
I like highlighted videos.
Yeah, they're way easier, right? Way easier, especially when you're going to review stuff. Here we go. Both a little false start warning. Nobody says anything. Both movements. Here we go. Ermes complaining about his knuckle, which is one thing for sure for me, because he's so long in the lever, I'm going to make sure he's off my knuckle, which will have to front his hand a little bit, almost make him have to low hand top roll me.
Man, Bill Collins supposed to be on some heavy duty blood pressure medicine to to outlast the stress of being a ref in these matches, man. That's got to be one of the most stressful jobs on the damn planet.
Flash pin.
Yeah.
So even after those 2 rounds of multiple fatigue, 3 starts, in round 3, he gets a flash pin. Here we go. Let's see it one more time. Boom. Knuckles to the pad. All right, buddy. Y'all be good. Take care.
Thanks, guys.
All righty. Boom.
Good to meet you, too.
Beautiful, beautiful move. So that's what I got to be worried about, right? So, but let me tell you why I think that happened. And this is what I've seen in a lot of his matches. We can go and replay that one more time.
Yeah, go back to this part right here. The beginning of the, oh, there, yeah.
One more time over here.
Yeah.
All right. So, it was a pin. He said it's just his below his wrist, was actually wrist elbow. Boom. All right, get this out of the way. So, they're about to show an angle. Watch this. Ermes' elbow never drug back. Ermes tried to fight everything from that starting position, right? Now, he did get the other win earlier from the post, but what I've seen people stop his back pressure is by dragging the elbow to the back of the pad. So when he goes sideways, he comes up a little short before the pin, which that's pronation engaged back pressure. That's back pressure. That's dragging pressure. That's what I do. So hopefully when I get to this position and I can get out of his hand into the strap, I'm able to drag my elbow back. See how he's dragged his elbow back? Mm-hmm. The match before that, you saw his elbow never moved, and he got flash pinned. You see that? You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to this next one. It may still keep moving. Let's see if it drags his elbow back. Watch it. Watch his elbow. I don't know if he's going to, but let's see. I've never watched it this way because I've never had Vitaly's and opponents. I didn't have to worry about it. I was watching Ermes's. So let's see if he drags back. they're hard to get a grip. Now everything goes straight to referee's grip. So we're going to have all this jockeying stuff. Okay, so no, it was his post. See, he didn't drag his elbow, but his post, now his elbow's moving back. Now his elbow's moving back. So see, he's back at the back of the pad. Now he's got his wrist flopped. Here comes a transitional press. No, okay, elbow foul.
That was an elbow foul?
Yeah, elbow foul off the side of the pad. And they call losing position hand peg height. So if it's not below the hand peg height, let's see it again. Here we go, next start.
Oh, foul on Vitaly.
Yeah, elbow foul. See, look, he's got a compromised wrist and he's going sideways hard, but Ermes' pronation and side pressure and risers holding up, and his bicep strength, his hammer curl strength is up pressure. And you see him go elbow front, elbow rear, elbow front, elbow rear.
Elbow front.
See, elbow front, elbow rear. Now he's pushing in with his hand. Here comes pushing the hand. Watch this transition to press. See, you see him pec decking in with his hand, sets him up for the transitional press. So now he's up 3-1. So no, he's up 2-2. It's tied 2-2 because Vitaly flashing. But watch this transition. See this? Watch this pec deck with his hand. Boom. So if I can just get Vitaly in this fight, I think I can win. But we have a stronger Vitaly now because at this time he was still a truck driver, right? He's still working. Now he's full time, and here he's probably 310 pounds. Now he's 330 pounds. So it's a foregone conclusion that I'll be arm wrestling the strongest Vitaly that's ever existed, most likely. So I'm gonna need a very good performance to win this match, right? Here we go. Let's see if he can get the slip. I'm sure he can. Fatigue. But look, he's still holding on. But see how he keeps dumping that wrist to try to, he's holding on so hard and Ermes is coming out of it?
Yeah.
But the fact that he still have this much explosive side pressure after all these starts, and here we are in round 5 is pretty impressive, See what we got. He's like, you're coming on my knuckle. And I don't even know if he was or not. Ermes does complain about his knuckle a lot, which is just smart arm wrestling. You don't want to give up too much. You get this is more fatigue, more setup, your hands and getting pumped up. Now he's feeling the same thing, Here we go. Let's see how it goes. Boom. So you see how hard side hit?
Yeah. Jeez.
So they called the pin, but he got an elbow foul. So now here we go again. No, I think that was it. I think this is replay, isn't it?
He's got more stamina between the two.
Well, normally Ermes is not known for stamina, but he looked great in this match, I mean, look at him. He's stopping, and he gets excited once he stops. Once he stops you right there, he's like, woo! And this all came from, in my opinion, when he first pulled Levon. He was able to stop Levon like that. We see now he's got the wrist. He's hitting those side pressure moves. Another elbow foul for Vitaly because he hit so hard sideways, Vitaly's elbow. Slid off the side of the pad. Here we go. Third start. Boom. Dude, he can still hit hard, can he? Still hit hard sideways. So he's wanting. I mean, Vitaly's fighting. Vitaly's won every time they've been on this side of the table. So if Ermes he pulls this win off, he turns around because he's won every side on that side. Boom. Transitional press.
I don't know much about why is the press keep beating him.
Well,
that's 2 points he got from a press.
So he is countering the move. So basically both these guys are going outside. These muscles are very exhausted. Now he's going to push his hand past his shoulder line, and then that bicep cannot hold the power of his pec and shoulder. See, you can't push him sideways until his hand's past his shoulder. Now it's past his shoulder, boom, bicep gets exposed. If you try to shoulder press with someone's hand inside it, you're running into the bone line. See, look, he has to get him out past the shoulder. Now he can transition.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's a dogfight though. Like he's working his ass off to win. All right, here we go. This is the last round. 3-2 Ermes. Now it could be if Vitaly was to win. It could be look. Beautiful pin.
I
Beautiful
didn't see
pin.
it.
Oh, exactly, because the camera angle was horrible. You can go back and watch it real quick.
Looks annoying.
Yeah, it's real annoying. They try to make it all theatrical, and they miss very important aspects, which is like this start. Watch this start. It's horrible. They missed this start. Watch.
Are you kidding me? They didn't fucking film it. God damn it.
This is PG-13, guys. I don't know who this guy is, but
Right. As in,
Like, show the replay.
Are you kidding me?
They won't show it. That's the end of it.
They won't.
No, that was it. We'll go back to it. I'll show it to you one more time. But how frustrating is that? Clearly frustrating. You got pretty angered.
I'm still mad.
I can tell. Look,
I saw the back of the dude's head.
yeah. So,
That happened in the last.
but listen, that's a pin.
Yeah.
If
I didn't see it.
If Ermes doesn't get the foul, if Ermes doesn't foul there, he went straight toward him and pinned him, and it would have been 3-3, and they'd been back on the other side.
Yeah.
But because of that, Ermes got a foul, got out of it. Now he got another one. Now they went to slip. Boom. Now they're strapped. Now look, Ermes has the good strap. He's posting. He's high. He's above his hand. Both wrists are compromised, but Ermes knows he has a transitional press. He gets stopped, and he just resets, does it. Boom. Wins 4-2.
Okay.
So it's historical. I mean, it's known that Vitaly is vulnerable to a transitional press. We're gonna go ahead and exit out of this. Go back to our stuff. Here we go.
Troy Brown says that we got rotation to the southwest of us.
Oh wow. Okay, rotation. That's not good. So
That's a tornado.
that is a tornado.
Southwest.
Southwest, which
Happens
is
to travel northeast.
it generally does. Yeah, that's tornado alley. Yeah. So, what are your thoughts?
That looks exhausting.
It was a hell of a fight, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm either hoping to just
You have a lot of endurance.
beat him or get into a dogfight.
Yeah.
You know, either I want to be able to control the match or get into a dogfight, and whoever has the most heart wins, right? That's where I need. I just need not to get flashed.
I think I was there. I think it was a WAL match with you and, was it Cataract?
Yeah.
And that was forever.
Yeah, that was a long one. That was a long
Freaking
one.
long,
And just
man.
both times I pulled them WL because they had the smaller WL strap.
Yeah.
I think it's that little strap right over there.
I remember that was.
It fractured my metacarpal.
Yeah.
Like there was so much pressure with that little tiny strap that no one had ever used a strap that thin ever.
Yeah.
And it broke my metacarpal both times round two.
I heard a lot of people complaining about that.
Yeah, it was bad. It was real bad. But yeah, that was a crazy fight. But even mine and Devin's match in 2018 was a long, 5 full rounds, back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, crazy stuff.